Hello, everybody. It's Daniel speaking, and this is our next episode of our Emotional English podcast, where we learn our English language, where we study English effortlessly, emotionally, filled with energy, and positively. Today we have another episode and another mini story, which is kind of cool because you will learn a lot of new vocabulary. By the way, if you're not subscribed to my Emotional English podcast, please do it now. Subscribe and achieve all your goals related to English language. So, today I've made a mini story for you, which is kind of interesting. The name of the mini story is The Bloody Spike. The Bloody Spike. What is the bloody spike, right? Let's describe or let's speak about it a little. First of all, you need to understand that the spike, it is something sharp, okay? It's sharp. I don't want to spoil my mini story right here, but just imagine spike is something very sharp, right? Next, bloody. Bloody, it's something full of blood, right? Bloody hell, some British people say a lot. But anyway, the bloody spike is something sharp and let's say, a little bit bloody, full of blood. But it's kind of idiom here, right? Idiomic phrase or name. Let's face our mini story. First of all, I will read the mini story for you, just for understanding what you're gonna face here. And then I will go step by step. We will face some new vocabulary, and I will describe you more about this specific vocabulary. Let's begin. So the first, I will start from my reading, and second, you and me will do the job together to learn new vocabulary, okay? So, there is a creature. The creature's name is Spaghetti. Spaghetti is a beaver, cruel and sadistic beaver. He has one big tooth. He call it Bloody Spike. When Spaghetti's friend asks him to show the tooth, he smiles and scares the shit out of them. But there is a problem. Spaghetti feels very tense today. His sensible friend Zick the Goblin helps Spaghetti to chill out when he feels bad. One day, Zick came into Spaghetti's house. Spaghetti was furious. He shouted, "Bloody hell! My bloody spike feels bad. It's bleeding badly." Zick the Goblin found the hemostatic pill. In his pocket, of course. He gave the hemostatic pill to Spaghetti and said energetically, "Take this pill and it stops bleeding." But Spaghetti is a very ill-mannered beaver. He snapped at Zick furiously. "How dare you to give this nasty pill to me?" and attacked him with a bloody spike. Zick reflected the hit and attacked Spaghetti back. He injured him. Beaver was bleeding badly. Blood was going out of Spaghetti's body. He was almost dead. Nevertheless, Zick is a very honest and kind goblin. He covered the wound with gigantic plantain leaf and gave the 3 hemostatic pills to Spaghetti. The beaver recovered quickly. Spaghetti's behavior changed. He was very sorry for what he did. Now he respects Zick a lot. His bloody spike doesn't hurt anymore. He treats Zick the Goblin like a king now. Zick the Goblin eats 10 kilograms of chocolate ice cream every day. The end. So this is our, let's say, pre-reading, right? Pre-workout, which we've done with you. you just listen to it. It's nice. But now let's work on it, okay? Pretty deep, and let's be relaxed. First of all, just take a deep breath like this. And let's work on it, right? I will start from the first part. There is a creature. The creature's name is Spaghetti, and Spaghetti is a beaver. Cruel and sadistic beaver. So who is Spaghetti? Spaghetti is a beaver, right? So what is the beaver? It's an animal, right? Type of animal. Small animal, likes wood, right? Big tooth. So, and this beaver is friendly. No, not friendly, absolutely. This beaver is cruel, right? Cruel and sadistic beaver, okay? So who is cruel and sadistic? Spaghetti, right? Spaghetti the beaver. So he has one big tooth. He called it Bloody Spike. And when Spaghetti's friend asks him to show the tooth, he smiles and scares the shit out of them. So who has one big tooth? Beaver, right? What is the beaver's name? Spaghetti. Absolutely correct. Spaghetti has one big tooth. And do you remember, how does he call it? What is a specific name for this tooth? He calls it Bloody Spike. Bloody Spike. And let's say when Spaghetti's friend asks him to show the tooth, what does he do? So he smiles, right? First of all, he smiles, right? He show his big tooth, his bloody spike tooth, right? And then when everybody see this beautiful and bloody spike tooth, everybody is so scared. So this is a very cool idiom here. Scares the shit out of them, right? Out of whom? Out of friends, okay? So imagine the group of people, they see something very scary, right? So, and all of them are very scared. And they're not just scared a little, okay? They're scared too much. They're scared too much that the shit, it's like this poop inside, is going out, okay? From their ass, okay? So the shit is going out of their ass. And that's why they're so scared. They can't speak. They can't do anything. They scared. And who scares the shit out of them? Spaghetti. Spaghetti scares the shit out of these friends, okay? So let's say again, what does this beautiful spaghetti beaver, do? He smiles, and he scares the shit out of friends, right? He scares the shit out of them. Okay, so next one. But there is a problem. Spaghetti feels very tense today. Very good. So, there is a problem, right? Who has a problem? Friends or the beaver? The beaver, right? Spaghetti. Spaghetti has a problem. So spaghetti feels very tense, right? So very tense, is it like very chill, very nice, or it's the opposite? It's like, I'm very tense today, very exhausted, tired, stressed. Yeah, it's the second. So when you feel tense, you feel stressed, okay? You're very stressed, you feel not so good, very tense, very right? Stressful, let's say, very tense. So who feels very tense? Spaghetti. Spaghetti feels very tense. So his sensible friend Zeke the Goblin helps Spaghetti to chill out when he feels bad. So his sensible enemy, Zeke the Goblin, or his sensible friend, Zeke the Goblin, helps Spaghetti to chill out when he feels bad. Yes, of course, friend, right? And sensible friend, it's not just the friend, okay? It's the person who can listen, who can, speak with you very nicely. He can understand what you feel, and it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Sensible people are very nice. When you have sensible friends, they can help you a lot, okay? Because they have like extra senses. They feel what you feel, and it's good, okay? They can help you. So Spaghetti having a problem, right? He's feeling very bad, so he feels very tense, and Zik the Goblin helps Spaghetti, right? So helps to do what? So Zik the Goblin helps to chill out, right? To chill out means to relax, right? To chill out. And who helps Spaghetti to chill out? Zik the Goblin, right? Zik the Goblin helps Spaghetti to chill out when he feels bad. So one day, Zik came into Spaghetti's house, and Spaghetti was furious. So Spaghetti shouted, "Bloody hell! My bloody spike feels bad. It's bleeding badly," right? And he didn't say it normally. He shouted it, right? Like, "Bloody hell!" Like this, right? He shouted. So again, who came into Spaghetti's house first? It was friends. It were friends, or it was Zik the Goblin. Of course, it was Zik the Goblin. So he came into Spaghetti's house, and that time Spaghetti was feeling good, or he was feeling very, very bad. Yes, he was feeling very bad. Spaghetti was feeling very, very bad. He was furious, right? Furious means very, very angry, right? Super angry. So, and what did Spaghetti shout to Zik? He shouted, "Bloody hell!" First of all, right? Bloody hell. It's a very popular phrase. British people use it a lot, right? When you watch Harry Potter, you can see Ron Weasley say, "Bloody hell." It means, right, oh man, what's going on? Like bloody hell again. Oh man, So bloody hell. My bloody spike feels bad. So what is the bloody spike? Do you remember? Oh, it's the one big tooth of Zik the Goblin, right? No, not Zik the Goblin. So it's the one big tooth of Spaghetti, the beaver, right? So, my bloody spike feels bad. Whose bloody spike feels bad? Spaghetti's. Spaghetti's bloody spike feels bad. So, what's happening with this bloody spike? It's bleeding, right? Bleeding means, you can see the blood coming out of your tooth, right? And, maybe a little bit of blood, but it's bleeding. It's constantly going out, okay? It's bleeding. It's the process of this blood coming out, right? So it's bleeding badly. It's not means a little, it's bad, okay? It's run pretty fast out of it. So Zik the Goblin found the hemostatic pill in his pocket. He gave the hemostatic pill to Spaghetti, and he said energetically, "Take this pill and it stops bleeding." So who said take this pill and stops bleeding? Zik the Goblin, right? So he found what in his pocket? What did he find in his pocket? Pill, right? But what kind of pill? Painkiller or hemostatic pill? No, not the painkiller, right? It's a hemostatic pill. Hemostatic stops bleeding, okay? And painkiller stops pain or sore, okay? That's the difference. So he found hemostatic pill in his pocket. Who found it? Zik the Goblin, right? Okay, so let's continue. So he gave the hemostatic pill to whom? To Spaghetti, the beaver. And what did he say energetically? He said, "Take the pill, and it stops bleeding." Very good phrase. But Spaghetti is a very ill-mannered beaver. He snapped at Zeke furiously. "How dare you to give this nasty pill to me?" and attacked him with a bloody spike. That's an interesting one. So, Spaghetti is very good-mannered or very ill-mannered beaver. Of course, very ill-mannered. Ill-mannered means not very good in manners, okay? So you have no manners, you're very aggressive, maybe just not good behavior at all, okay? So, and who is not very good behaviored, right? And who has very bad behavior and ill-mannered? The beaver, right? Spaghetti the beaver. And Spaghetti the beaver snapped at Zeke furiously. Snapped means screamed back, okay? He snapped like, ah! Snapped back, okay? He snapped at Zeke furiously. "How dare you to give this nasty pill to me?" So, how dare means, how can you, okay? How dare you to give this nasty pill? So to give this nasty pill to me or to friends, right? So Zeke the Goblin was giving this pill to Spaghetti or to Spaghetti's friends. Yeah, to Spaghetti. Why he was giving this pill to Spaghetti? Oh, because the tooth, right? The tooth was bleeding, and the tooth was bleeding just a little or very badly. Of course, just very, very badly, okay? So, that's happened. How dare you, right? How dare you to give this nasty pill to me? And Spaghetti attacked Zeke the Goblin with a bloody spike. So, did Spaghetti use his sword to attack Zeke the Goblin? No, not the sword. Sword, it's like a weapon, okay? And he used his tooth, right? His bloody spike to attack Zeke, right? And Zeke reflected the heat, okay? Reflected means, so he avoided the heat, right? Reflected the heat. So the heat was going back, right? So he reflected it. Zeke reflected the heat and attacked Spaghetti back. Okay? That's actually what the reflection is. Let's say when you use something like mirror, right? You're reflecting the light. So you can reflect your look. When you see the mirror reflecting your look. You can see yourself. But when you're reflecting the heat, you're defending yourself, and the heat is kind of going back to the attacker, okay? So you're reflecting the heat. Who was reflecting the heat? Zeke the Goblin, right? So he was reflecting the heat, and he attacked Spaghetti back. So did Zeke injured Spaghetti or not? Yeah, he injured Spaghetti. Beaver was bleeding badly. Blood was going out of Spaghetti's body, and he was almost dead. Can you believe it? So Beaver was bleeding just a little, or Beaver was bleeding badly. Okay. So Beaver was bleeding very badly, right? But what was bleeding? The body, right? The body was bleeding now. Body was bleeding, right? Body was bleeding badly, and his tooth was bleeding badly too. Remember that, right? So, and he was almost dead. What does it mean, almost dead? It means, and you can't live anymore, okay? Dead body, okay? And it's almost dead. So when you almost dead, you alive or you dead? Yeah, you're still alive, but you are like, you're almost dead. You are kind of dying, right? You're dying, but you're not dead yet. So he was dying. He was almost dead. Who was almost dead? Spaghetti. Spaghetti the beaver was almost dead. So, nevertheless, Zig is very honest and kind goblin. He covered the wound with gigantic plantain leaf and gave 3 hemostatic pills to Spaghetti. Beaver recovered quickly. So, finally, the good part happened too. Zig is very bad person, right? No, not bad. Zig is very honest person, very kind goblin, right? And he covered the wound. When you're covering the wound, you're treating the wound, okay? Wound is this spot which is bleeding, right? This area on your skin which is bleeding, it's a wound. And who was covering it? Zig the Goblin. Zig the Goblin was covering the wound with what? Gigantic. It's not small. It's the opposite of small. Gigantic plantain leaf, okay? Plantain leaf, very popular in Russia. When I was a kid, when you walk somewhere, you can see this leaf everywhere. You know, when you're bleeding a little, this plantain leaf can stop your problem, can fix your leg when you have a scratch or something. Plantain leaf is very good for it. It's a very good healer, okay? So, but this is not just a simple plantain leaf, right? It's a gigantic plantain leaf. So, this gigantic plantain leaf covered the wound and stopped, right? And stopped what? Stopped the bleeding. So, but it's not all, right? So Zig the Goblin gave 3 hemostatic pills to Spaghetti. And what these pills are doing, actually? Okay, these pills are stopping the bleeding, right? So these pills are stopping the bleeding. Beaver recovered for a long time or very quickly. Yeah, he recovered very quickly, okay? Because 3 hemostatic pills is a good amount. It's a very decent amount of pills, okay? So he got them and he recovered quickly. And of course, gigantic plantain leaf helped. Helped whom? The beaver, right? Spaghetti the beaver. Spaghetti behavior changed next, huh? Very cool. So he was very sorry for what he did. So who was very sorry for what he did? Zig the Goblin. No. Zig the Goblin is very honest and kind goblin. But Spaghetti was very sorry for what he did. Now Spaghetti respects Zig a lot. His bloody spike doesn't hurt anymore. He treats Zig the Goblin like a king now. Zig the Goblin eats 10 kilograms of chocolate ice cream every day. So now, who respects Zig the Goblin a lot? The beaver, right? Spaghetti the beaver respects Zig the Goblin a lot. So his bloody spike doesn't bleed anymore. Yes, his bloody spike doesn't bleed anymore, right? So his bloody spike doesn't hurt anymore, right? It means you feel no pain, no bleeding, everything is good, okay? So who treats Zig the Goblin? This is a very good word, treats. In this context, right, treating means giving some joyful items, right, to someone, right? He treats Zig the Goblin. Who treats? This beaver, right? The beaver, Spaghetti, treats Zig the Goblin like a king, right? When you treat someone like a king means a lot, super a lot, right? So somebody's having a lot of treatments, right? It means a lot of positive, nice, valuable items, let's say. So, and Zig the Goblin eats 10 kilograms of carrot every day, right? No, he eats 10 kilograms of chocolate, right? No, not chocolate. Chocolate ice cream. Vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream? Chocolate ice cream. Who eats 10 kilograms of ice cream? Zig the Goblin eats 10 kilogram of chocolate ice cream. But what kind of ice cream do you like, guys? Do you like chocolate, vanilla, pistachios, or let's say, maybe fruit ice cream, like Pops or something, lollipops? Who cares? But all of them are kind of good. I love ice cream too. And this is the end of our story. What do you think about it? I love this story. I made it today. It's pretty fun, right? I hope you guys liked it and you like it now. So now we are gonna just say a couple good comments here about the mini story, about the bloody spike. If you want to understand the mini story more and deeper, so please listen to this podcast several times, okay? So actually, basically, all my podcast is not just for the one-time use, okay? You have to listen it a lot of times because you can listen English from all different conditions, from all different perspectives, right? When you see my English only one time, you cannot remember and memorize the words, right? So try to listen it again and again. Let's say you listen it one time today, and then after couple days you listen it again, and then you can revise all vocabulary and you will feel more confident, more free about your English because you have more words than before. It's absolutely good. If you have any comments to my podcast, right, or if you want to say or share some thoughts or feedbacks, please go to my Instagram page, Bondarison, right, and share your comment, right, or share your thoughts about the podcast. If you do have any questions, ask me. I'm ready to share good ideas about English with you. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.